Hey there, it's Samantha Moe, certified Mad to Glad parent coach. If you are looking for extra support for your child's behaviors now that school is firmly in session, you're going to really like this video. Now, I know that you probably get the basics of how to help your child with their mood and their behaviors. You know about morning routine, you know about having a sleep schedule, you know about setting up some time in the afternoon where they get downtime rather than jumping straight from the bus into homework time. So I know you're smart. I know you already know that stuff. But the subtle parenting tactic that is often missing in September and October as school is beginning is this idea of allowing your child some space. So what does space mean? Well, space does mean giving your child downtime. Space does mean letting them go outside in the fresh air to move their bodies. It also means having some special playtime with them so they're getting space from some of that intellectual work that is harder for their child brain. But it also means something else, and this is really easy to implement. Space means not grabbing every teachable moment. When the school day is done, your child's brain needs this time to slow down and integrate all of the things that they learned for the day. So if you're somebody who's really intelligent and you really want to squeeze every cent out of every moment, then you might find yourself falling into the trap of when you're playing with your child, using that as a teachable moment, saying things like, well, what color is this dress? Or what should you do when somebody gets hurt? Or you might squeeze every cent out of social situations, like, well, what would be nice? What would help your friend feel good? What do you think they felt like when you said that to them? Or even squeezing the cent out of every teachable moment between you and your child, saying things like, in our family, what do we say? We use good manners. How can you do that again with good manners? Now, all of those teachable moments are important, except for when your child first comes home from school and for this first month or two of the after school routine. What's important is to allow your child this downtime so their brain can rest, because that allows all the neurochemicals from learning all day long to start settling and relaxing. And if we're constantly asking them educational questions or holding them to a really high standard, what happens is all of those neurotransmitters have to stay really alert and active. And if you've ever worked a 14-hour day, I know that I have, you know what that feels like. Your head might start aching, you might feel irritable, you're just looking to get away from the person who's holding you to that really high intellectual standard all the time so you can just be yourself. I like to think of giving space and refraining from teachable moments. I like to think of it kind of like the babysitter effect. Babysitters tend to be really great at responding to kids' eagerness. So when a child is excited about something, a babysitter is right there with them and they're supporting them and stretching them and using that teachable moment when the child is eager. And then when the child needs a little bit of space because they've had all that excitement and they're spent, they just let them go. They let them go and do their own thing. They're not trying to teach them all the time. So I invite you to try this babysitter effect over the next week or two to see what happens, to back off, to let go from the teachable moments. Now, this isn't all the time. If you need a rule of thumb, aim for using a teachable moment only 1 out of 3 times that it arises. You might be surprised that that could happen in a 5-minute period. You might see 3 teachable moments. So if you take this baby step, you start retraining the way you interact with your child, they learn that they are allowed to relax around you. They learn what it feels like to really be themselves and sink into that space. And it will make their mood and their behavior and interaction with you more peaceful. Remember that what you do matters. It's very important. I know you love your kids, so keep up the good work. Add this strategy over the next week or two and comment on Facebook or in the comments below to let us know how it's going. See ya.